And you know what, Frank, yeah? I read a lot of comments, people saying, oh, there's 4 belts. Let's just get this one clear right now. There's a lot more than 4 belts on the line. You got IBO, IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC, Ring Magazine and Lineal. So for all you motherfuckers out there thought it was 4, correction, it's 7. There's 7 things on the line here in this historic event.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not.
It's 8.
What's
the series DA.
Oh, the Riyadh belt. Yeah, you've corrected. I stand corrected.
I was wrong.
8.
Right.
So it's 8 belts in one fight. That's got to be a record.
Yeah, it has, without a doubt.
For
You
sure.
have to get another cabinet, you know.
Well, I'll have to, for sure. But it's very difficult to speak to a encyclopedia in boxing who speaks fluent English when you speak broken English. So I don't think you're ever going to get a foreigner sitting up here with me. You get any American, any British fighter I've ever fought in nearly 20 years of boxing, no one has ever competed with me on speaking. So especially not some foreign man who speaks broken English. As for all the stuff their camp said and all that, you know, this is show business, this is entertainment, this is everything. So if they don't talk about what's going on, then people lose interest and yada yada yada. So they've got to talk shit. It's a must. If you don't talk smack in this game, you ain't gonna make it. There's a heavyweight in here, yeah, who's on his rise. And my advice to him is talk tons of smack the whole way. That's how people notice you. And then when they notice you, then you can show them your skills and do what you gotta do. And that's how it's done. And as for like all of Usyk's team, they're all lovely, decent people, I think. I saw his manager at over in Saudi recently. I was just having a bit of fun with him, but I shook his hand, and he's a nice fella, you know. He's doing the best he can for his man, which, you know, Frank, Spencer, all my team are doing the best they can for their man. So, and if you don't do the best for your man, then you're a pretty shit manager or promoter. That's what I'd say. But as for like, I've seen some stuff in the media like this is really personal between me and Alexander Usyk. It's not personal. It's strictly business for both fighters, you know. There's a lot of stuff on the line and all that, but I don't hate him. He don't hate me. He's a good husband, good God-fearing man. So I respect him as a man, as a fighter. He's undisputed cruiserweight champion. He's unified heavyweight champion. So anyone would have to respect the man's achievements. Good fighter, you know. I've got a tough challenge in front of me, but I'm very confident in my ability, and I'm very confident that I'll beat the guy. But that's not to say he's shit just because he loses to me. Like, you know, everybody I ever beat before, even long-reigning lineal champions like Vladimir Klitschko, after I beat him, everyone said, oh, he's a piece of shit, him. Wilder, all of these guys who I ever beat, they were all shit after I beat them. So please don't say that Alexander Usyk's shit after I beat him, because he's not. He's a unified heavyweight champion, undisputed cruiserweight champion. But my personal opinion is we have weight divisions for a reason, and me being an encyclopedia on boxing, and I've studied every heavyweight cruiserweight that's ever lived. When the cruiserweights step up to the big boys, usually they get found wanted. And even the greatest cruiserweights that's ever lived, Evander Holyfield, when he stepped up to the big boys and beat Daddy Bone Lennox Lewis, he was found wanted. You can beat the average big ones, but you can't beat the elite big ones, because size really matters. And we have weight divisions for a reason. And he's going to be found wanting when he fights me on May the 18th. Even if you look at David Hay, he was an explosive, good cruiserweight and good heavyweight. And when he fought average heavyweights, he could beat them. But when he stepped up to the big boy in Klitschko, it wasn't really a contest. We look at Thomas Adamek. He was a good light heavyweight, good cruiserweight. He beat some good average heavyweights, good world contender heavyweights. Stepped up to the big boys, beat. So I expect the same from Alexander, to be fair. Who was the other one? Sultan Ibragimov. He was Olympic silver medalist. He was 20-0. He was world. I think he beat Shannon Briggs for the world championship. He was found wanting against Vladimir Klitschko, Madison Square Garden. So I could just keep going on and on and on and on. Let's use Johnny Nelson, for instance. Johnny was he was an undefeated cruiserweight when he was cruiserweight, but every time he stepped up heavyweight, he got bashed. So it's facts. It's facts. I'm not slagging anybody off. But what I'm saying is, these are facts. And if anybody wants to go check my boxing history, go do it. I've studied this game all my life, and you cannot prove it wrong. This is my time, my destiny, my era, and my generation. Facts.
Everybody underestimates Tyson's punching power. Everybody, I don't understand why. I mean,
I don't know about everybody. Wilder don't, does he?
No, but I'm talking about, you talk about a lot of people, they just don't seem to understand it. And you're right, everybody who does get stepped in the ring, they find out about it. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's going to be another telling point in this fight. A big telling point for him.
I've got a fun fact. Everybody who was supposed to be a non-puncher in my career has given me trouble. And everybody who was supposed to be a dynamite puncher have been alright against. So I better fucking watch me boots, hang on here. Because he's noted as a total non-puncher, but I've been put over by a few non-punchers, Dad, haven't I? Noted non-punchers have put me over before, but the big uns, the big punchers in history, I've been found wanting to keep me nailed down. So that's a little bit of a fun fact for everybody.
All great boxers and pundits and all these people who are, what I see, you know, a lot of them don't give Tyson a chance. I don't know where they're coming from on that past performance, But let's see what they've got to say after.
Hopefully I get changing around then, eh?
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. You know, that's what they're all. You know, some of them are quite amazed, but let's see afterwards. And like Tyson said, it's a boxing match. The best man will win, and we'll shake hands afterwards.
I think if I didn't train at all for this camp, I just come in at like 25 stone and sank maybe 15 pints of Peroni beforehand. And the next day, go in there, what's he going to do? Jib and jab me around? Do you know what I mean? Listen, take nothing away with him, but he couldn't do anything without Chisora. We all saw that fight, and let's not be eluded with him. It was 50-50 fight, could have went either way. So not unless he's come on at 38, 39-year-old in the last over 2 years, like leaps and bounds. Well, that'd be anti-advice, how to lose to the Gypsy King. How can Vlad, my old pal Vlad, give anybody any advice? Because he would have used it himself, wouldn't he, if he had any advice or any idea how to beat me. It was an absolute one-sided boxing lesson I give to old Vlad. And I believe Vlad was a very good champion, just like this guy is.
The best of his generation.
And I said, didn't I? I said, if I can't beat old Vlad, I must be useless. And I'll say it again. If I can't beat Usyk, I'm no good, clearly. That's your headline. If Tyson Fury can't beat Usyk, Tyson's no good. End of. I'm not going to pull any punches. It is what it is. If I can't beat Usyk, I'm no good. Say I'm no good. And then I'll get a rematch of him and say I'm no good again if I lose again. What more is there to do? But if I beat him, I beat another man. Great. Fantastic. On to the next one.
But if you do beat him, you get all those belts you talked about, the 8 belts, the undisputed. What will that mean?
I'll add on to the 25 I've already got, shall I? I've actually promised His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh that when I win all these belts, I give every one to him as a present.
Very much, John.
And I'm going to go for Usyk to knock me out in the first round. Fuck it. I'm going to go for it. Why not?